Hey, it's Chris from Marketing During Tough Times and Chris Wilson Coaching. Thanks for stopping by. It's Monday. Monday is always Motivation Day. Today's show is the second installment of my series on learning a new skill. It was inspired by an article I read on CNBC. And one of the things the author talked about was when you're learning a new skill, think in decades. And when I read that, I was thinking, well, that makes sense, but it's really hard to do. So you're going to learn a new skill and you're going to think, well, where am I going to be at in 10 years? Where am I going to be at in 20 years? That's not necessarily an easy thing for people to do. But what we can do is think about like things in a long term. So let's say you're learning a new skill. So my new skill I started learning was I was learning to speak French because I was going on vacation to France. And so I got the Duolingo app and a few different paid programs online. And I was very motivated initially. And after a couple months, I'm like, well, my daughter's like, are you fluent in French yet? And I was like, no, I'm not. And I was thinking, well, shouldn't I be much better at this? And I got to France and I really couldn't speak French at all. But I stuck with it. So now it's been almost 4 years. I have made a lot of progress in my ability to read and comprehend and understand speaking French. So if I had thought just short term, like, okay, this is much harder, I probably would have gave up. But because I said, well, I'm going to be back in France next year, which didn't happen because of the pandemic, but because I had that long view, I stuck with it. And so I'm up to, I think my streak on Duolingo is almost 1,400 days. So I've been sticking with it, and having that longer view has really helped me. The comparison they made in the article is think about how you play the stock market and think about how you invest money. Years ago, I opened up a retirement account and I put some money in a mutual fund, and I checked it every day, and it would go up 10 cents and maybe it'd go up $1, and some days it would drop. And I was like, man, this is like not going anywhere. It was just this incremental growth, and it was so slow. It was actually really frustrating. So I sort of gave up checking it. And at the end of the year, I checked it, came back, and I was like, oh, it's up 20%. And then the next year it went up a little bit more. So now, after all these years, it's up 200%. So that's a great return on my retirement account. But I needed to know that this is something you're going to look at 7 years, 8 years in the future, and not something you're going to monitor day to day. So when you're learning a new skill, enjoy that short-term energy and that short-term instant gratification. But know that whatever you're learning, there is a long-term back-end payoff, and that's what you really want to focus on. All right, that's all for today. I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.